then we very well could have a very useful Trump presidency. So that's my help. That's where my support goes. I'm going to just close by encouraging you to continue to be part of this process. Regardless of what happens tomorrow, the state of Idaho is postured, I believe, better, or certainly as well as potentially better as any state in this nation, and I'll tell you a story why. Most of you know that 2 years ago I was the runner-up for the governor's race in 2014. We had a very short race. We came very close. About a week, approximately a week prior to the election in 2014, it looked like we really might just pull this off. My phone started to ring, and I was getting phone calls from governors from other states, legislative leaders, and generally speaking, the message was, Russ, if you pull this off, you are not alone. What do they mean by that? What was my message in 14? I was taking a stand. I wanted to have an alternative to the Obamacare exchange. I wanted to have an alternative to Common Core. I wanted to have an alternative to the lands policy, which is strictly federal. So my initial response is, okay, great. So you're the governor now. How come you're not moving on this? After I got it explained back to me, not once, not twice, not 3+ times, I finally figured it out. And the response back was, look, it's one sales pitch to go to my legislature in Michigan or Arkansas or Utah or Wyoming or Texas, because those are all examples, and say, we are going to put a stake in the ground. We're going to base our argument on the 10th Amendment of the U.S. Constitution. We are going to create an alternative to the Obamacare exchange. That's one sales pitch. It's a really tough one. It's another totally different sales pitch to say, see what Idaho's done? They have taken a stand on these issues. They have done so rightfully. They have done so legally. We need to support and align with our sister state. It's a whole different sales calculus. Why do I tell you that story? I tell you that story because I believe the state of Idaho is in a position not just to change our own direction, but change the direction of the nation. California can't do that. New York can't do that. New Hampshire, Massachusetts, ain't gonna happen. There is an appetite in the state of Idaho with the constituency here to change that direction. I believe we can do it. And I do support Senator McKenzie. And that judgeship is critical. I do support Rick. What happens at the county level in the biggest single county? You know what happens to me when I travel around the state? Oh, this is Fulcher. He's from the great state of Idaho. Okay? That's how we are viewed in other parts of the state. Well, guess what? The great state of Idaho does direct a lot of the actions of this state. What happens in those county commission seats has an influence that goes way beyond this county. For my colleague, Senator Bayer, who's been a friend since before I was in the legislature, here's an individual who will stand on that principle, and 100% of the time when that vote comes